Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Before Coffee. It is Thursday, which means we have a Thursday's 13 list. Today I have a list, I just punched my water, of the 13 richest royal members. Specifically the people, right? Not just the families, but like this one person of this royal family is the richest one in the list. And it's not all the same royal family, to be fair. They're all different royal families. This is the first and only international game show Before Coffee, a father and daughter news podcast where we look up our stories right before the show starts. We just got caffeine in our bodies and we're learning to read and speak live on stream. Let's get into those general Thursday headlines and spin that segue wheel. Today on Thursday's 13. Russia waged a drone campaign in Europe and likely launched drones from shadow ships, a report says.
Greetings from the United States. Empire State Building climbers arrested after hanging a banner on the antenna, and the Rubin Observatory has the world's most powerful digital camera. It's going to spend 10 years taking pictures of the universe.
Ooh! For my Thursday's 13 list, we're going to talk about the 13 richest royals in the world.
And the egg companies have settled with all the states about how they were jacking up prices. No yolk. We'll have the story.
In my culture news, we're going to talk about The Simpsons predicting the FIFA World Cup of 2026. Maybe.
And it's National I Forgot Day. I was going to prepare a long list of things I forgot, but I forgot to make the list. And it's so it's Thursday, July 2nd, 2026 on Before Coffee.
Perfect. That's not true, of course. I just completely hijacked it. More.
No,
I checked the list.
My list is going to probably be something bizarre anyway, so don't worry about that. It always is, I think. What's he talking about? Our first
segue wheel is, our segue today, I should say, is associate. So associate drone warfare with something.
Okay.
The story is coming from AP by Emma Burrows. Russia likely used shadow ships to launch drones over Europe that repeatedly disrupted civilian aviation as it monitored military sites and tested air defense of NATO nations, according to a report published today on the 2nd of July by the International Institute of Strategic Studies think tank. I guess they're trying to theorize why Russia drones were just found all over the place for the past few years. The report, which was shared before publication with the Associated Press, plotted 144 suspected drone sightings across Europe, including in NATO members Germany, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, the UK, and Denmark between 24 and 26, which would have been 2 years after their initial invasion of Ukraine. Those sightings peaked in late 25, forcing the temporary closure of several European airports, including Germany, Spain, and Denmark. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen described the incidents in her country as most serious attacks on Danish critical infrastructure to date. The IISS said the Russian campaign was designed to fall below the threshold of triggering discussions for a collective NATO response and was a strategic failure for Europe that exposed how the continent's air defenses are not fit to deal with the current threat. Air Chief Marshal John Stringer, NATO's deputy supreme allied commander in Europe, told AP that it is up to each alliance member to decide how to respond to such threats, and many countries are taking them increasingly seriously. I think initially a lot of people were like, oh, this drone got lost. Russia couldn't be possibly trying to attack a NATO country, could they? Several senior European officials said in a difficult to attribute the drone incursions to Russia, and Stringer did not blame Moscow, but he suggested that activity fits the pattern of behavior seen in a widespread campaign of disruption across Europe that Western officials have blamed on Russia since the invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Of the handful of countries that have confirmed drone sightings, only Sweden has blamed Moscow directly when a military drone flew towards a French aircraft carrier from a Russian spy ship. Dictator Vladimir Putin said in May that Russia is not waging a sabotage campaign against Europe. AP may not want to pick sides, but I'm picking a side. He's a dictator. European nations struggle to respond to drones, the IISS said. Drones are challenging to detect because they fly low and slow, and on radar can look like birds or planes. You can't just start shooting on the birds, you know? They can be launched inside or near national boundaries, bypassing missile defenses, which are designed to detect supersonic missiles fired from abroad. And even if a drone is shot down, it's extremely difficult to identify where it came from or who sent it and why. Now we're going to have to make an entire drone fleet that just flies at the border of every country so it can detect these drones, right? You have to make your own counter-defense drones. The incursion showed drone defenses in Europe need to rapidly be improved, the IISS said, creating a comprehensive picture of threats. It often difficult because the responsibility for tackling drones is often split among various authorities. Lieutenant General Johnny Lindfors, Sweden's military representative to NATO, told AP. It is a tough decision, he said, to decide to shoot a drone down because it could cause civilian casualties. Right, they have to crash somewhere. In a June report, Denmark's Defense Command said the armed forces could have been in a stronger position to respond to drone sightings and that there were shortcomings in equipment used to detect them. Following the incidents, Denmark and several European countries said they would boost their drone defenses. Countries that may have been benign view of danger a few years ago have now realized the counter-drone system are a critical part of their defense, said Stringer. Russia is launching drones from shadow ships, the ISS said. The IISS plotted the movements of Russian shadow fleet vessels, ships of uncertain ownership that help Moscow dodge sanctions, and conducted that it's highly likely that Russia is using them as platforms for launching drones. Yeah, you can probably fill a whole cargo hold full of them. They're big, but not that big. The report focuses on sightings of drones across Central and Northwest Europe and did not examine incursions along NATO's eastern flank, like Lithuania, Ukraine, of course, Estonia, Latvia, like none of those places were being traced. Where multiple Russian and Ukrainian tracked drones have entered European airspace. And Poland, right? Poland is constantly getting invaded by drones. On December 2nd, I have like a piece of hair tickling my arm. It keeps on tickling me. On December 2nd, the Vezin, a shadow ship linked to the severing of Baltic cable, sailed in circles off the coast of Ireland. Yeah, it does not sound like they're headed to port anytime soon. When Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived for his first official visit, the IISS said. The ship was nearby, but its signal was off, it said. At the time, 4 large military drones were spotted off the Dublin coast, the same time this ship was circling Ireland, flying for 2 hours above an Irish Navy ship, the report said. The Irish Defence Force did not reply to a request for comment. The report cited other sightings that occurred when the Shadow Fleet ships were nearby, several in Denmark. January 3rd, as the Shadow Fleet vessel Arctica sailed along the Danish coast, the IISS said up to 20 drones flew over the port of Koge, Denmark, before disappearing towards the sea. On September 22nd of 25, the drone sightings led to the closure of Copenhagen Airport. The IISS found several shadow ships were in the area at the time, including the Arctica and the Boracay. Over the next several days, as the Boracay rounded Denmark and several other ships were in the area, more drones were reported over the country, including near military installations. The IISS said suspicion for at least some of the sightings in September fell on the Boracay. The French military boarded the ship at the end of the month, and President Emmanuel Macron said he can't rule out that the vessel was involved in drone flights over Denmark. Denmark's Defense Command confirmed that drones were identified in the country's airspace in September and October of 25. It didn't link them to Russia, but noted that Moscow is carrying out hybrid attacks against the West, including those that are of character and scope far beyond what Russia carried out before the war in Ukraine. It is reasonable assumption that Russia is launching drones from Shadow Fleet ships, said Lindfors, though he noted it's often almost impossible to attribute them to one nation or actor. Russia flew drones above military sites, the report said. But report also concluded that Russia likely tried to monitor military sites in the UK, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, and Germany, and forced NATO nations to scramble to defend against drones, and so reveal radar positions and gaps in defenses. Poking the bear. Among the reports of drones over military installations cited by the IISS were the U.S. Air Force in Europe said there were multiple sightings of drones in November of 24 over 4 American air bases in the UK. German authorities recorded more than 1,000 suspicious drone sightings in 25, including over defense companies and military bases where Ukrainian soldiers were training. Dutch and Belgian defense officials said drones were spotted in November and December of 25 over military bases in the Netherlands and Belgium. The IISS said the bases were believed to host American B-61 nuclear bombs. Drone sightings were reported at the Le Lung submarine base, which hosts France's nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. The U.S. Air Force in Europe said it couldn't provide more details on the incidents in the UK. The Netherlands and Belgium nor confirmed the presence of American nuclear weapons. A British defense official speaking on condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive military information said a defense police investigation found no evidence to conclusively link the drone sightings in the UK to Russia. The Dutch Defense Ministry confirmed drones were seen over Vogel Air Base and said it took steps to defend military sites against drones. The French Army Chief of Staff Headquarters said an investigation of the drones over the Le Lung is ongoing. It didn't respond to questions about whether the military suspects the drones were launched from a Shadow Fleet ship. Requests for comments were also sent to defense ministries in Belgium, Denmark, and Germany. With so many incursions, it would be naive to believe it's a coincidence, says Lindfors, suggesting that such threats are the new normal. So there is your investigative report. Some people still do investigative reports onto those drone incursions. Writers John Leicester, Lauren Cook, and Mike Horner also contributed to this. Where are these drones coming from and why are they here? Russia is an easy scapegoat for that.
I guess I'll associate this with a hypothetical. Wouldn't it be nice if just they could just play football in the World Cup or something instead of fighting wars? I don't know.
And throwing drones at people.
It seems like just the ongoing story. It reminds me of everything that's just continually going on every single day. That's what it reminds me of.
Like the Chinese the Chinese balloons incursions.
Nothing really new here, right?
All right, well, that's my story. Let's roll the segue.
But there we go. All right, segue time. It's just an update on the war that's been going on. I mean,
it has nothing to do with the war. It's people aren't involved in the war.
Yeah, the same shit that's been going on all along. Russia fucks with people all the time. They do it all the time. They blow people's civilian airliners out of the air. They've been doing this for years and years and years and going, whoops, it wasn't us, it was an accident. Why are you so warlike, Russia? Why is your first response is to kill people?
It does feel like a cultural problem. Our next segue reminds me of a song. So,
reminds me of a song. Got 2 stories. Yeah, Russia has been a bad actor and all. And again, I associate with them being a bad actor in soccer. They can't even participate in that because they cheat. They can't participate in the Olympics because they cheat. They have to send individual athletes under a banner called the Russian Federation. Where the fuck that is? It's not even a thing. It's not even a thing. It's like individual athletes who want to be in the Olympics, but their country cheats. So Russia, just stop being criminals. This story is about. Let's talk about the couple that climbed the Empire State Building. APnews.com. Empire State Building climbers arrested after hanging. They're a couple. Arrested after hanging banner on the antenna. Yeah, top of the Empire State Building is a giant array of antennas. Jennifer Peltz and Robert Bumstead. His name is Bumstead, not Dagwood. I didn't know that was a real name. Yeah, his name is Robert Bumstead.
Nice.
Yeah, that was Dagwood's last name. If you know Dagwood and Blondie, the comic strip, Dagwood Bumstead. New York AP has the story. Daredevil couple scaled the Empire State Building's antenna Wednesday and unfurled a banner about the power of love and peace, apparently, as part of an audacious high-altitude marriage proposal, soon followed by their arrest. Yeah, they'll arrest you for that. The Russian climbers who go by, I guess they don't have real names, they go by different names, Angela, Nikolai, and Ivan Birkus, that sounds like real names, I don't know how you'd make those up, were the subject of a 2024 Netflix documentary, Skywalker's A Love Story. So get out and watch that. About their roof-topping exploits and budding romance. Dressed in black and wearing masks, but no tethers, the two balanced the narrow ledge and appeared to kiss atop the New York skyscraper antenna. News helicopter video showed the banner reading, "When the power of love meets the love of power, the world knows peace." Waved from the structure, which rises 1,454 feet above Midtown Manhattan. After lingering for a time, the two collected the banner and began to climb down, picking their way along the latticework of metal to a wider ledge, where one seemed to set up a piece of photography equipment and got down on one knee. After the two kissed again and hugged, the other person took selfies with outstretched left hand, as if examining a ring. Well, there you go. We captured it. I think we figured out what the deal was. Police emergency services units officers started ascending a ladder into the spindly structure to intercept them. And I'm like, if I'm a cop, I'm like, they're the climbers, not me.
Down sooner or later, yeah.
I'm not going up there for the fuckers. They got up there.
The building at some point. Just wait for them. Yeah.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll clear the ground below them so they don't land on anybody. That's all you can do. The police intercept them. It's kind of like when your kid runs away from home the first time. They'll come home when they're hungry, Mom. They'll come down when they're hungry. They'll come down when it's really fucking windy and cold up here, even though it's July or June, which is probably when they did it. Back to the story. An off-camera voice replied with what sounded like, "We are engaged." Oh, sorry. Let's do this again. Police emergency unit officers started ascending a ladder of the spindly structure. Police body camera video showed an officer calling out a greeting and explaining, "Well, you can't be up here." Thanks, cop. Hey, thanks for that information. Really? We can't be up here? An off-camera voice replied that sounded like, "We are engaged." There you go. They're engaged. They're engaged in tomfoolery, right? A few seconds later, officers reached a landing within the antenna and met the couple who were coming down a ladder and calmly spoke with the police video showing. Nikolai posted an image of the escape on her social media accounts, including a photo that modeled an engagement-style ring above the bird's-eye view of Manhattan. The two climbers, whom police identified by their formal names, Angelina Nikolai and Ivan Kuznetsov, were arrested on burglary charges, burglary, they didn't steal anything, reckless endangerment, and other charges. It wasn't immediately clear whether they had attorneys who could speak to the allegations. Message seeking comment were sent to the couple. Skywalker's A Love Story follows Birkus and Nikolov as they make often unauthorized ascents of tall structures, sometimes posing as construction workers to sneak in. And it wasn't clear how the pair gained access to the Empire State Building's antenna, which rises well above the public areas of the 102-story building. Building management said the statement that the episode was unauthorized, obviously, and didn't endanger anyone in the skyscraper. The management didn't answer questions about how the two reached the antenna. Okay, we don't know. I guess we're just getting to that conclusion. Empire State Building visitors are screened and told not to bring large packages, sports equipment, costumes, or masks, among other items. Can't bring masks. Why not? That makes no sense. Yeah, we've done that. We've done the Empire State Building tour. It's a really tall building. It's observation towers at a couple of different levels. Tourist Julie Morris told local TV station that she was on one of the building's observation deck when she saw two people pass through some mesh gates into off-limits area. She said she assumed the pair worked there. She assumed they worked there. Well, who's going to stop them? Like, fuck it. They want to climb a tall building. Let them fucking do it. None of my business.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah. We'll go observe them later on the sidewalk if they don't make it, right? As the stunt unfolded, onlookers gasped from the sidewalks near the Art Deco office tower. They did anyway. Gasp! It's crazy. It's like being in the movies, said Jonathan Roman, whose voice probably doesn't sound like that. A tourist visiting from the Scottish city of... Oh, he's Scottish. That's crazy. It's like being in the movies, he said. He said he and his 15-year-old son had observation platform tickets, but arrived to find the building blocked off because of the antenna activity. Well, shit, you got to see that instead. That's kind of cool. Still, the spectacle is probably more exciting than going up the viewing platforms for a second time. Yeah, you get to see the police perp walk them out, right? That's kind of cool. Daredevils have previously climbed the antenna in other parts of the Empire State Building. And don't forget King Kong. He was the first. King Kong.
Yeah, that really happened, by the way. That was a documentary.
Oh, that's right. King Kong was a doc. But he still did it, right? That giant ape back in the 1930s went to the top. These ascents have largely been authorized, but actor and musician Jared Leto was allowed to climb up to the base of the antenna from the 86th floor in 2023 to promote a tour. Whoa, he's special. I'm special.
Come see me at my tour.
Yes. Don't you understand? There's ways to make money at this. It was for just tomfoolery. Of course, if you're just doing it for fun, they'll arrest you. What's your song?
Okay. Well, first, I also wanted to mention that I think it's always funny that when people get like reckless endangerment as an actual thing that breaks the law, right? Like reckless endangerment to other people or to myself. You could have hurt yourself. You're under arrest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that somebody drops something off the top of the Empire State Building and hits you on the head, you would feel different about it. That's all I'm saying about that.
Yeah. But there's like I kind of agree that they didn't endanger anybody, so that they're probably not going to get anything filed there because nothing. But they have a good lawyer, I suppose.
What if they fall? What if they fall on somebody? That's all. That's just It is kind of dangerous. It is definitely dangerous.
I'm just saying it's interesting. I'm just saying it's interesting to file somebody under something could have happened, right? You're under arrest for something that didn't happen but could have happened. That's always
right. They want to discourage this type of behavior. Therefore, they have to arrest them. I understand it 100%. Sorry. Go ahead.
The song this reminds me of, I lost it. Where'd it go? I had it somewhere. Oh, here it is.
You gotta have rules in society, and this is one of our rules.
This reminds me of is You Are a Pirate, which is originally from Lazy Town, but Elstrom famously did a cover of it, which of course they say, raise the black flag at the end of the mast. So, they're just being pirates. That's what kind of reminded me of.
I thought you'd go a different direction of like maybe something like I can take you higher, or I believe I can fly, or one of those songs, or something like that.
I mean, it was my remind me of a song, not yours. So, yeah. Anyways, next story.
I thought you would take it, though. I can have my opinion on it. Rubin Observatory begins 10-year survey of the universe, according to AP News. Aditya Ramakrishnan. This was from June 30th. The largest digital camera ever built is starting to capture images of unseen corners of the universe. The Vera C. Rubin Observatory, which is up in the Andes of Chile, has officially begun its cosmic survey meant to capture swaths of the sky in more depth and detail. Perched on the Chilean mountaintop, the telescope will point its eye at the southern sky for the next 10 years, just 10 years, and then we're going to move it 3 degrees to the left. I don't know. Taking hundreds of images per night. Researchers hope Rubin's observation will help them take better census of the universe, mapping billions of stars in the Milky Way and billions more galaxies beyond them. It takes pictures quickly and will grab images of the same areas of the sky multiple times, allowing scientists to glimpse fainter objects that previously eluded detection. Fainter objects typically are planets that don't necessarily have a signature that you can actually see, but you can see like their effect of the wobble on their star that they rotate
Wobble.
around the wobbles. The AP is committed to delivering independent news coverage for the all corners. I'm reading their fucking tagline. Damn it, they do it to me all the time. We're going to see large numbers of scientists across the world working with this data set, studying the universe in a way that hadn't been able to be detected before. Rubin released his first images last year, including colorful shots of the Trifid and Lagoon nebulas. Of course, they're the best. Located thousands of light years from Earth. A light year is nearly 6 trillion miles away. A light year is nearly 6 trillion miles. That's a long way to go. And don't forget your wallet. Since then, the researchers have tuned up the equipment so it's ready to take pictures at a depth and accuracy required for the decade-long surveys. The images may help scientists discern how galaxies form and cluster over billions of years and how the universe came to be. Yeah, you got to kind of hold it in place, at least as an Earth reference. Nothing actually stays in place anywhere. Constant motion. Earth is constantly in motion. The universe is constantly in motion. But if we hold it in one place for 10 years, the rest of the universe theoretically is moving around it. So that's your reference. But although Earth never stays in the same place consistently, that's not a thing. Funded by the U.S. National Science Foundation and U.S. Department of Energy, even though it's in Chile, the observatory is named after astronomer Vera Rubin, who offered the first tantalizing evidence that a mysterious material called dark matter might be lurking in the universe. It was tantalizing, was it? Researchers hope the effort may yield... What the hell just happened? May yield clues about dark matter as well as the equally puzzling force known as dark energy. There's your short and sweet, hopefully. Not that sweet. But anyway, it's about space and what we can look at. And in 10 years, maybe, perhaps, we'll figure out how to fly. Like fly. I don't mean like airplane fly. I mean, take off.
Close to that light speed. Close to light speed.
Yeah, right. We will reverse our own gravitational bounds to the Earth, and we'll learn how to do that. It'll be a quantum leap of technology that will uncontrollable growth of the human flying industry. All
right, the song this reminds me of is "Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. All I wanted to get over there to that star. Our arms are open wide.
In that video about the blind girl, right? Yeah. Have you ever seen the video? You know what I'm talking about.
I don't think I have.
It's Lionel Richie. The blind girl.
Richie, yeah.
The blind sculptor. She's blind and she like sculpts him and she's like, "Oh, I'm in love with the blind girl."
She perfectly captured what I look like, even though she can't see me.
No, she just touches my face and she gets it. Right
on,
blind
really
girl.
Why he fell in love. She's touching my face all the time.
Tell you what, man, the video really didn't have. It really didn't. I really like the song is ordinary to me, but the video is so much better than the song. You know.
All right, for my Thursday 13 list, you get to write a limerick, so you have plenty of time. You can probably even write 3.
Limericks? No, I won't be writing 3. I'm not that ambitious. But maybe you'll see how long ago.
All right, I also have a whiteboard as well for this. Oh, I should put it on this side, shouldn't I? Yeah, whiteboard over here, so I can also share my list on a whiteboard. Mine's a little bigger than yours, but...
I have to watch you on my phone, I guess.
Yeah, I think even if I had my camera on, my camera only looks at my face. It doesn't look at my whole area. But This is my list. I kind of already spoiled the first one, but this is my list of the 13 richest royals in the world. Let me actually open up my list. Where was it? Where was the list? Come out, list. I need to be able to read the list too because it has information. Our first one on the list. This is in order. So our number one. This is the richest.
The richest.
No, I did highest to lowest.
Okay.
First one, this is not how his name's spelled, but this is how you pronounce it. It's Wachiralongkorn. Who is the king of Thailand. He has 30 billion net worth just on himself. Just by himself. It's mostly derived from Crown Property Bureau. So the property. He's rich through property. He's a property mogul for royalists, the royal families. Our next one is, here we go. I need to move the paper like this instead. Hassanal Bolkiah, from the Sultan of Brunei, who has 20 billion. This is all in dollars, by the way, because it's on Wikipedia.
It's not a stock options.
20 billion to his name. Mostly from, can you guess? Brunei. Can
oil.
You guess where he makes all those? Yeah. Oil and gas industry. Exactly that. That's number 2. Our third richest person is getting wiped away by my actual. Just getting wiped away. How did you? I guess you used a white erase. I'm using a dry erase. Somebody literally, their name is Salman, the king of Saudi Arabia. He just doesn't have any title. He's just Salman, the king of Saudi Arabia.
Salman, yeah.
Him by himself, just himself, has 18 billion to his name, and also, of course, profits from the oil industry.
OBS is dead. Owen Ben Salam, or the fuck his name is. That's his dad, right?
I have no idea. It does not tell me who his father is here. It just says his name's Salman. Our number 4 richest royal is Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who is the current ruler of Dubai, part of the United Arab Emirates. He has 4 billion to his name, and it's mostly from a majority share, so he has a lot of shares in Dubai Holdings and investments in Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. So he just invests a lot of money back into his own country and into Abu Dhabi, which is also part of the United Arab Emirates. Next, another person with just one name. It's Henry. That's his name. Henry. I'm sure he has a last name because he's part of
the candy bar guy. Oh, Henry. That's him.
I think his full name, it just says his name is Henry. I guess he must have a last name, but it doesn't tell me. Oh, sorry. In French, his name is Henri Albert Gabriel Félix Marie Joalem, because he's from the Luxembourg, the Grand Duke of Luxembourg, specifically abdicated last year, but still has $4 billion to his name. It does not say from what. It just says he has it. Unfortunately, it doesn't say anywhere here why he's rich. So
he stole it all.
So.
Oh, he abdicated. Well, you have to keep his money.
Yeah, I guess so. Next is Hans Adam II, Prince of Liechtenstein. If you're wondering why Liechtenstein is not part of Germany, it's because he wants to keep all his 3.5 billion to himself. The holdings are for the Prince of Liechtenstein Foundation. So he has a foundation where he probably, has a little tax haven for himself, where he
must be nice.
Basically goes, hey, it's for charity. You can't tax it. And
I picture this guy playing with it. Well, hold on a second. I want to picture this Liechtenstein guy. He's a guy sitting in a big room with a bunch of model trains, and he never does anything but play with his trains. Anyway, that's the way I picture these guys.
Yeah, he does kind of look like somebody who likes trains.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit in my room and do my thing.
Is Mohammed VI, who is the king of Morocco.
Wow.
He has $2.1 billion to his name. Holdings, and it's an investment through investments in SNI and Siger Holdings. I don't know what SNI is. Hello,
SNI?
Nico, welcome.
Stealing and investing. SNI. Stealing and investing.
It looks like it's a bunch of investment companies. So Mohammed invests in Morocco. He invests in his own country, so at least he's doing that much as the king. Next, on our 8th richest person in the royal person is Juan Carlos I, King of Spain, who also abdicated, but doesn't stop him from being rich.
Yeah. And released Francisco Franco's kid. Yep.
He has 2.3 billion to his name, so it could be more than Muhammad VI, but
I thought he was
it's
dead.
in a range. This is interesting. Where do you think he made all his money from?
He stole it because his dad was a fascist dictator.
It's from oil.
Yeah, he stole it.
And of course, it says here, current controversy is that this money is hidden in offshore banks, and the 100 million received from Saudi Arabia. That's right, Juan Carlos has accepted money from Saudi Arabia, which is not great if you're a royal family. You know, if you're the leader of or you were a leader. That's why you abdicated, probably.
Yeah, because they're not a monarchy anymore, right? He got to keep his money though. Are they a monarchy? Oh.
He's not monarchy anymore because he abdicated, but he was.
I catch it. Yeah.
Keeping money in offshore bank accounts, so that's why they're like 2 to 3 billion could be how much he has, because he has a bunch of money hidden away.
Great severance package if you can get it, right?
Our next name, which got completely wiped away, is Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, who is the Emir of Qatar, with 1.2 billion to his name from various enterprises, oil and gas, probably. Various enterprises, it says here. And that is our ninth richest royal. Then we got our next richest royal, which is Albert II.
Albert II?
This is harder than
is
it looks.
Denmark? Huh? What is that?
Albert II is the Prince of Monaco, so not the king.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Not the, wait, I need to do it like this.
Princess Grace's son? She's Princess Grace's son?
Maybe I should just put it behind me like this. Just lean over, yeah, here we go. Me and my whiteboard. Albert II is the Prince of Monaco. He has 1 billion to his name. Various enterprises, including Société des Banques de Mer de Monaco, which sounds like he just invests a lot of money into his own country, and casinos. That's right, we've got a casino mogul here in the royal family. Or sorry, in the royal Monaco, which makes sense. It's Monaco. They're pretty. They like the.
So is he part American? No, is he half American citizen because his mom is Princess Grace? I wonder. I don't know. Maybe she gave up her citizenship when she became a princess. She went from being an actress.
I think if you become a prince of a country, you have to abandon your dual citizenship. Yeah, I think that comes with the territory. Next is our favorite here on the channel, of course, or everyone's favorite, Charles III, who is the 11th richest royal in the world, King of the United Kingdom and Commonwealth realms. He has 747 million to his name, mostly from property, stolen jewelry from Africa, and other assets. There's actually a whole page specifically for the finances of the British royal family. They get their own page, so that's why I was talking about this before the show started. He has a lot of money from the estate, so property portfolios, owning entire duchies like Lancaster and Cornwall, their residences, their palaces, their castles that they own, and of course their royal collection, which includes a lot of paintings, jewelry, photographs, tapestries, all sorts of physical things with not like investment, which could be, it can go up and down. Usually the price of a painting isn't fluctuating as much.
There's no way to put a dollar sign on power. No way to put a dollar sign on power that they have either. It just our next one. I eat Cornish game hens. That should count.
Our next one is Beatrix from the Netherlands, which is our richest, and she abdicated in 2013 to William, so she's no longer Queen of the Netherlands, but she used to be Queen, and she has $200 million to her name, mostly through real estate investments, and she has stakes in Shell, which is not even a Dutch company anymore. They used to be a Dutch company, but they're no longer a Dutch company, but she still is making money off that gas and oil from Shell.
Wow.
Our 13th bonus member, because I had to look at a different list of wealth rankings, and then I had to see who was missing on this list. And the person who is missing is Marie Chantal, the Crown Princess of Greece and the Princess of Denmark. So she's got two. She's the Crown Princess of Greece, but she's also a lower princess, I think, of Denmark. And it doesn't really explain where she has her money from, but we can just assume it's from, you know, the same things as everyone else. Investments in Greece, property, probably has some jewels maybe, and also the fact that she has royal ties to both Greece and Denmark, right? She can be probably pulling money from both sources of those countries. So there is my list, my mostly torn away list of the 13 richest royals in the world.
You must use dry erase marker.
Yeah, I only have dry erase. Let us know if you're surprised by any of those people on there, and if there's anybody you're like, hey, what about this guy? What about this royal family?
I'm surprised King Charles is so low.
Yeah.
Luckily,
the King of Thailand was going to be so high. I wonder.
Yeah. And luckily, a lot of things rhyme with Bangkok. So.
Is that the first? Oh, that's your limerick, huh? Go, give it to me.
Yes. All right.
Read your own handwriting?
Yeah, I'm trying to read my own handwriting. What's that word? Okay. The Sultan is rich in oil stocks. The Baron owns precious rocks. But the richest of all, and his fortune ain't small, is that prince living near Bangkok's.
Love a limerick.
That could have gone dirty.
Wow, infotainment.
Okay.
My uncle still has mine.
Let's roll the next segue. Your uncle still has yours?
No, that's Homer Simpson saying. My uncle still has my nose. You know, you got your own trick. My uncle, I'm just saying. He still can't get away with
tell a joke.
All right, tell a joke. Our joke. You got a song and a joke. Big egg. We're gonna do one story about eggs, and you get puns. They're great puns that crack you up. BusinessInsider.com. Big egg guest lit us all about why prices are so high. This is from Katie Natopoulos.
Oh, it wasn't because all the birds died? Wow, can't believe they lied to us.
The problem with corporate companies all the time, we see this oil all the time. The price of oil goes spikes one day, and they jack the price of oil up immediately, and then the price goes down, and they go, you know what, we'll lower the prices in a week.
Yep.
So this is what they do. They raise it on the margins. They raise prices on the margins, and a lot of times the margin is just time. Our costs haven't gone up today, but they will go up in a week, so we're going to raise prices now to cover the fact that our prices are going up next week, even though they haven't gone up yet. And this is how businesses stay ahead of the curve. They stay ahead of the business cycle by not paying for stuff.
Your camera's being weird.
Oh, shit. All right. So, and they cheat. They just plain cheat. Oh, yeah, there we go. Discord's acting up again. It's fine now, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'll try not to move. I don't know if that's possible. So let's do the story. Egg prices were allegedly manipulated during 2022 and 2025. I wish I had good news about eggs, but alas, I do not. My colleague Emily Stewart wrote back in 2025 in January an article about how eggs are probably just going to be expensive forever. She talked to a ton of people, both places, to know what was driving the cost of eggs. Egg industry experts. There's someone in the amazing job title, managing editor of Eggs in Americas, professors of veterinary medicine, epidemiologists, and the CEO of American Egg Board. So she talked to all these people. The experts agreed that in addition to factors like certain state laws or farming practices, the biggest factor was the spread of avian flu, which is more widespread in the past. What no one seemed to know at the time was that there was perhaps another factor going on: price fixing. The egg price fixing scandal try to dissect this a little bit, see if it's well written enough. The Department of Justice just announced this week that it proposed a settlement. Proposed a settlement, no real penalties. Okay, for an investigation against 3 big egg producers, alleging that between 22 and 25, March of 25, they colluded to keep prices high by coordinating birds on egg exchanges, or the market where egg producers buy and sell from each other. The 3 egg producers, Cal-Maine, Versova, and Hickman's Egg Ranch. Keep these names in mind when buying eggs. Again, probably should get your own chickens. Go to the local egg guys. We have Amish that sell eggs all over the place here. The 3 egg producers, Cal-Maine, Versova, and Hickman's Egg Ranch, allegedly spoke on the phone and over text to make plans of how to keep egg prices high, which ultimately would affect what you saw in the grocery store. The proposed settlement by the Department of Justice, along with 17 state attorney generals, requires the 3 egg companies to pay a combined $3.3 million fine and donate over 50 million eggs to food banks. The settlement has yet to be accepted by court. The companies have agreed to the settlement, which doesn't require admission of any wrongdoing, so they can't be sued. In a statement, a representative for Versova said, "Our decision to accept this settlement simply reflects our firm intention to put this matter behind us." Obviously, that's all you give a shit about. Oh, we cheated, but yeah, let's put it behind us because it hurts us. Only hurts us, no one else. A representative for MTQ USA, Hickman's owner, said the issue predates its acquisition of the company in November of last year. This isn't to say that manipulation was the main or only factor. The avian flu epidemic was real and affected lots of producers. Hickman's, for example, said in 2025 that the flu is responsible for the deaths of 95% of its flock. What feels to me so infuriating about this alleged price fixing is how huge a deal egg prices were at the time. We couldn't stop talking about egg prices. It was constantly in the news. I admit some bias here as someone involved in writing about egg prices during this period. It says in parenthetically, eggs became the avatar for the entire cost of groceries and the overall cost of living crunch for average Americans. Inflation during the 20s made nearly everything more expensive, and rising grocery prices hurt the pockets of millions of families. Incredibly political, too. During the 24 election cycle, the cost of groceries, especially eggs, was a top issue for candidates. It's probably a stretch to say, well, Trump didn't actually win the election, so we're not going to go there. Trump himself believed he won based on egg prices. In 2025, the same time Emily Stewart wrote about egg prices being expensive forever, prices hit $4.95 a dozen. Senator Elizabeth Warren wrote a letter to the president specifically about egg prices, demanding to know when he'd fulfill his campaign prices to lower them. 3 months later, when prices hit an all-time high of $6.23 a dozen, the Department of Justice announced its investigation into the alleged price-fixing scheme. As someone who eats a decent amount of eggs, it is indeed aggravating to pay more. It is extra infuriating to imagine that this isn't just because of unfortunate circumstances like bird flu outbreak, but because of some form of illegal manipulation. I'm mad. I guess I'm always mad about price fixing. But this affected me directly, both because I had to pay more at the store, also because much of our mental energy had been gone talking about the price of eggs. I feel gaslit.
100%.
The whole deal about, companies manipulate prices. They get their politicians that they want in, and then they lower the prices artificially. Also,
be like, look, see what happened? Because they lowered the egg prices. Exactly.
Yeah. And now we're going to pay this settlement without admitting a wrongdoing. It must be nice. And the settlement, again, they'll just write off on their taxes. So don't worry about that. They'll be fine. They'll write it off. It's a tax deduction. Don't worry. The tax code's been written for these assholes. And if they fail, it's their own damn fault. The tax code's on their side.
Yeah, it's really sad.
That's it. That's the story. What's the joke about chickens and eggs? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Go ahead,
Do you know any good egg jokes?
I know lots of them.
I've got a dozen of them. Oh, he left. Hung up on me. He left Discord. Wow, the joke wasn't that bad. You have to hang up
because I
on me.
My computer's broken. That's my.
How do you know when it's too hot in the barn?
The egg rolls off.
The hen starts laying hard-boiled eggs. Oh, I can't hear you anymore. Did you do something to your mic?
There we are.
Okay. Why did the egg cross the road?
To get to the other side. To hold up his pants.
To get to the Shell station. Egg Shell. And also a reference to Beatrix having money in Shell.
Fun.
And finally, why was the egg carton arrested?
I don't know.
For aggravated
Vice
assault and battery.
I don't get it.
Aggravated? Assault?
Aggravated. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Another pun. My pun detector was broken. Sorry, I hit the P, right, to hit the soundboard, and instead I slipped and like my finger slipped and closed the hang up button is right next to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our next segue. Oh wait, do you have another story?
No, that was it.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty long. Our next alliteration headline. I almost landed on Limerick again. This is my culture segment, and we're going to be talking about, did The Simpsons predict the FIFA World Cup final like it has predicted so many other things? This is from David Moorquand on Euronews Culture. The belief that The Simpsons can predict the future has become something of a pop culture phenomenon over the years. Frequently cited successful predictions include foretelling the Donald Trump presidency, the censorship of Michelangelo's David, Disney's acquisition of 21st Century Fox, and the 2015 FIFA corruption scandal. There were even viral posts this year suggesting that the show had warned viewers about Epstein Island as far back as 2000. Now, a viral claim circulating on social media alleges that The Simpsons predicted the final of the 2026 FIFA World Cup in a 1997 episode titled The Cartridge Family. In the season 9 episode, a TV ad promotes a soccer match to determine which nation is the greatest on earth. The game sets Mexico facing it off against Portugal. Really? I think Mexico wins there. Portugal is... I don't know how Portugal was able to convince everyone it's a good country when it was fascist in the 70s and helped... a lot of countries did this, but Portugal also helped kill a bunch of native people and slavery, so I don't know why they would be anywhere near first place. Wow.
That's why Brazil speaks Portuguese.
Yeah. Many have run with this as evidence that shows the show's hot streak of premonitions about actual life events continue. In reality, the clip is real, but the claim is fake. The segment in the 1997 episode does not mention the year 2026, nor does it take reference to the FIFA World Cup. Also, the identical claim citing the Cartridge Family previously circulated during both the 2018 and the 2022 World Cup. It'll happen at some point, right? At some point, Mexico and Portugal make it to the final round. In one day, it seems to have gained more momentum this year, simply because Mexico is one of the host nations. As well as the fact current fixtures could see both teams face off in the final, so it might actually happen this year, is what people are saying. There's also no reference to Cristiano Ronaldo in the episode, as many are asserting online, and for good reason, since Ronaldo was 12 years old when the episode aired.
Yeah. He didn't exist as a soccer player, anyway.
In case you were wondering, the Simpsons Mexico versus Portugal match is so tedious that the Springfield crowd riots and no winner is ever shown. The 2026 FIFA World Cup final will be played at MetLife Stadiums at the Meadowlands Sports Complex in New Jersey on Sunday, the 19th of July, in case you're not paying attention to that, because I'm not. Expect mayhem online if it does turn out to be Mexico versus Portugal. People will probably lose their minds, and we are in a simulation. This will be proof. If it's Portugal and Mexico in the FIFA World Cup, we are in a simulation. And do with that knowledge whatever you want. Here is my quick culture segment. About
Damn it, there is no way for me to do it.
soccer.
Okay. No, I don't have anything yet. And then
What do you mean
anything.
you don't have anything?
That story is what I have nothing. I've done absolutely nothing about this. I was still looking for synonyms so I could make a headline, and I got nowhere. That story was too short. Prediction, procrastination, and politics. There you go.
Yeah.
There's
they
no.
did make it
There's
political.
no. I just like. Your story was 30 seconds long. I got no time. There's your headline: predictions, politics, and what did I say? Predictions, procrastination, and politics. Nothing starts with a C or any of that. Nothing starts with a P. That's in. I was looking stuff up. I thought this story was gonna be longer. Sorry.
The next segue is haiku.
No applause.
Understand
Nothing.
history.
Not even a. Not even a.
I was on the wrong computer to do that. Oh,
Oh,
your
okay.
camera's being weird again.
All right, this day in history. This day in history. We'll go back
Here,
to
fix
the
your
year.
camera first. I don't know why that keeps happening today.
I don't see anything wrong with my camera. Okay, so this day in
For me,
history.
it was going to cause an epileptic seizure.
Well, I can't fix it if I don't see it's broken.
Well, that's what I'm telling you about
1644.
it.
Well, when I go to it, it wasn't broken. I don't know what to tell you. 1644, at the Battle of Marston Moor, parliamentary forces handed out the Royalists their first major defeat in English Civil Wars. The English Civil Wars, yes, in 1644. 1644. That would have been
Before
between
England
who?
was England.
Yeah, that would have been after Charles II and, James II. That area, Mr. What's his name? Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell and his fun little gang. 1776, after a dramatic all-night ride, Delaware delegate Cesar Rodney arrived just in time to cast a decisive vote, proving the Declaration of Independence that was 250 years ago today. So we're getting on to July 4th will be Saturday. We won't get to commemorate that on the day. But there's going to be lots of fireworks around this part of the neck of the woods. A lot of places are canceling fireworks because of fire danger. 1822, Denmark Vesey was hanged in Charleston, South Carolina for planning a more extensive slave revolt, the most extensive slave revolt in U.S. history. That's right, the slaves are very, very happy. That's why they were planning to revolt. 1839, the slave people carried out the rebellion on the ship Amistad near the coast of Cuba. In their trial following year, they were acquitted, a victory for the American abolitionism. And I believe their lawyer, I forget, their lawyer is very somebody famous. It wasn't John Adams because he was dead by then. 1881, shot on this day, U.S. President James A. Garfield died several weeks later of September 19th. He didn't have to die. He died of an infection in 1881. They did not know about antibiotics. They did not know about anything. And the idiot doctor who treated him was not his doctor. It was just some guy. So that's why he died. Yeah, it was just some asshole. Let him die because he didn't know what he was doing. And he didn't know where the bullet was. They found the bullet after he died. Actually, Alexander Graham Bell found the bullet. He invented a machine to find the bullet. Found the bullet, and a stupid doctor, again, who wasn't the president's doctor, just showed up one day. And that doctor said, oh, the bullet isn't there. It's over here. And, of course, the doctor had no idea. He was completely wrong. President died. It shouldn't have happened. Garfield could have been a great president, but he never got a chance. He was shot the day he was the year he was inaugurated. He was inaugurated in, I think, March or actually January of that year, and he was dead by September. 1990, the first flight of the Zeppelin took place. An airship departed from the floating hangar at Lake Constance near Friedrichshafen, Germany. The first Zeppelin, of course, it ran on helium, which is highly flammable, like the most flammable thing you can have. I'm not helium, hydrogen. Helium is inert and does not burn, but hydrogen is very flammable. But Germany didn't have a lot of helium. They had hydrogen, especially after the Nazis took over. They crashed to Hindenburg, and that was the end of that. The dirigible flights kind of literally and figuratively crashed. 1923, poet Wisław Szymborska, who rejected socialist realism to pen intelligent and empathetic verse that explode. Anyway, she was born in Poland on this day in 1923. She won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1996. 1925, Prince Lumumba, who is probably not one of the richest monarchs in the world. It was born in Onala, Belgian Congo, which is now Congo, Republic Belgian. He was the first prime minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which the Belgians exploited for rubber back in the day. 1925, Medgar Evers was born on this day in 1925. He was assassinated in 1963. It took years and years to finally bring his killer to justice. He was a martyr for the civil rights movement. Yeah, right on. And if this reminds you of a song, it would be the song "A Pawn in Their Game" by Bob Dylan. There's your Bob Dylan reference for today. 1932, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt coined the term New Deal and accepted the speech for a Democratic presidential nomination. 1932, they had a convention in July. That's hard to believe. Now they have them like late. 1937, airplane piloted by aviator Amelia Earhart disappeared over the Central Pacific Ocean during her attempt to fly around the world. I still don't have a video, by the way. I've been negligent in that.
I sent you one already.
Okay, and we're talking about billionaires, and you said this was a hell of a coincidence. This is the day in 1962 that Walmart opened their first store, and Rogers. Oh, they just closed my screen. In Rogers, Arkansas, Rogers, it was the start of what would become the world's largest retail sales chain in the United States. So Sam Walton and his family, one of the richest families in the world. 1979, the United States first issued the Susan B. Anthony dollar coin, making Anthony the first woman, actual living, breathing woman, to be depicted on U.S. currency. Of course, before then, it was Lady Liberty, depicted several different ways on our coinage. 1997, Jimmy Stewart passed away, who came to personify decent everyman struggling to overcome difficult circumstances while rising to a historic stature in the process. Died at the age of 89. Of course, an actor and war hero. Didn't just sit down and make war movies like John Wayne and pretend he was an aviator. He actually was an aviator. 2002, American adventurer Steve Fawcett became the first. Well, this is a big day. This is a big day in air travel. We had Jimmy Stewart, famous aviator, also played Charles Lindbergh, right? We had Amelia Earhart disappearing. We had the invention of the Zeppelin, and also on this day, in the year 2002, American adventurer Steve Fawcett became the first balloonist to circumnavigate the world alone. So I guess he was the first one to do it all by his lonesome. Hope he packed the sandwich and the thermos.
I'm a balloonist.
A balloonist.
It's not the lamest, lamest job. I'm a balloonist.
Well, he's an American adventurer. It means he's filthy rich. Filthy rich. That's what that means. You're an American adventurer. You have nothing but time on your hands and shitloads of money. 2008. More than 6 years after being taken hostage by the FARC guerrillas, Colombian politician Ingrid Betancourt was freed during a rescue mission in which many army soldiers posed as international aid workers. So a good deal there. I remember that. 2008. I was actually going to Colombia a lot in those days. 2015. Again, there's been times I could tell you a story someday about almost being kidnapped in Colombia. Sticks reference? Is that a thing? 2015, one Malaysia development burrhead scandal was first exposed by journalists. That's what it says. The one Malaysia development burrhead scandal. That's what it's called. Was first exposed by journalist Claire Rucastle Brown, founder of the blog Sarawak report. That's what it says. Sarawak report. One of the largest corruption scandals in modern history. It helped topple Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak. It's the first I've ever heard of any of this. 2016, Romanian-born Jewish writer Elie Wiesel died. He was the Nazi hunter, made famous in the movie Boys from Brazil. He found a lot of Nazis, including, I think, Albert Speer, a few other ones. Civil Rights Act was signed in this day in 1964, and that's when the South turned to the Republican Party. That's right. This day in 1964, United States President Lyndon B. Johnson, who won a massive landslide in the election, he signed the Civil Rights Act, passed most important U.S. law in the civil rights since Reconstruction in 1865, a hallmark for American civil rights movement. He lost the South because of that, and the Democratic Party's lost the South ever since. The 1968 election featured George Walsh ruining it and giving us Nixon. And the 72 election, they all moved over to Nixon. They temporarily moved back to Jimmy Carter in 76, but then they left for good with Reagan. So the South has been the Republicans instead of the racist Democrats ever since. Thurgood Marshall, on this day, featured a biography. He was the first black American Supreme Court Justice. He was born this day in 1908, greatly influenced civil rights legislation, first as a lawyer and chief counsel for an NAACP, and then as an African-American member, U.S. Supreme Court. He was the lawyer for Brown versus Board of Education also, before he was on the Supreme Court. And that was a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court, by the way, that struck down segregation in schools. Our featured other biographies, Kenneth Harry Clark, British politician, I care. René Lacoste, French tennis player. Christoph Willibald Gluck, German composer. And Valentine II, or third, Roman emperor. Yippity-doo, is his birthdays. Those people's birthdays in various years. National Day calendar. It is National Wildland Firefighter Day. Very important job. Man, that's one of them jobs.
Keeping your town safe.
Drop you off in a stick and fire, and you're completely surrounded by fire, and you gotta fight your way out. That's why they're called firefighters. It's like if a crime fighter fights crime and a firefighter fights fires, what does a freedom fighter fight? That's your fun quiz for today. It's National Anisette Day and it's National I Forgot Day. Those three things. And don't get drunk when you're going to go on Anisette, when you're going to go fight a wildfire and say, I forgot I had to fight the fire. There's your perfect excuse for today. Those three things. It's July 2nd, 2026. On before Anisette. Don't drink that crap. Actually, don't drink it.
Stay away from it at all costs.
Yeah. It's not good for you. Okay, let me load the video.
Okay.
Sent me. Hold on a second. It's convoluted the way I got to do it. My phone's way over here, so take your time.
All right. Lost his phone.
No, I just had it over there because that's where it sits during the show.
For my first haiku, waters once teeming, silence grips the fishing boats, cod's ghost drift away.
Okay.
No, the cod.
Okay, computer.
Come back, the cod.
No. What the hell is going on? Wow.
Technology.
Sorry, man. Okay, you have more than one haiku?
Yes, I have another one.
Of course.
You just keep loading your video. Justice in his heart, champion of equal rights. Marshall's dream stands tall. That's right. People can do stuff, and their skin color doesn't affect that. Stupid stuff.
Alrighty. Only take me a minute now. I got the video.
All right, and our last haiku, because I always do 3 when I get these things.
I'm not that ambitious, man. I'm lucky I can spit out one.
Flames dance in the breeze, guardians brave, hearts ablaze, nature's stewards rise. Sometimes you do a control burn as a firefighter on purpose so that you don't have to deal with huge,
Right. You create a fire break.
unfightable fires. Yeah, exactly.
You create a fire break by taking down all the vegetation in advance. Right. Yeah.
Stewards of wildlife, indeed.
The dead.
Okay.
And
Let's see if there's any
there.
international
history.
days today. There are not. So I've got nothing else to fill time with. There are no international
Right on.
UN observances today. They're like,
I
you
got
know
the
what?
video.
Fuck the first week of July. We don't care. We don't want to
All
observe
right,
anything.
screw it. Yeah, we'll observe the
Ben
nothingness of
Housen
life.
here from the Netherlands, Roger from the East Coast of the US, as we finish up another Thursday, our Thursday's 13 list of the richest royals. There's a nice list of people you should go rob. Yeah, there we go. This is not law advice, but hey, if you're looking for somebody to rob, check those guys out.
Oh.
We will see you tomorrow for our Friday news dump, in which we'll tell you all the news you need to hear before the weekend, so you don't doom scroll and have to worry about it. We'll tell you everything you need to know. Make sure that if you're not already following Before Coffee Podcast on Twitch, subscribe to Before Coffee Podcast on YouTube, so that number can go up and they can push us more onto other people's faces and their desks and their phones, so we can continue to fight that. Continue having anti-AI news. Thank you to our Before Coffee supporters on Patreon, and here is our mic drop moment. We have decided humans are human beings. Look at that old DC.
Reaffirms the conception of equality for all men that began with Lincoln and the Civil War 100 years ago. The Negro won
Only
his
men,
freedom
though.
then. He wins his dignity now. 5 hours after the House passes the measure, the Civil Rights Act
I
of
love how
1964
old people used to be
is signed at
announcers
the White House by President
in the
Johnson.
60s.
Before an audience of
They had that
legislators
specific
and civil
inflection.
rights leaders who had labored long and hard
Yes,
for
he's
passage
doing
of the
This
bill,
the
is
least he could do.
Johnson calls for all Americans to back what
about
he calls
7 months
a turning
after
point
Kennedy was
in
assassinated.
history.
And Kennedy's
We must not
this was
approach
Kennedy's
the
legislation. It wasn't
observance and
Johnson's.
enforcement of this
Johnson's the
law
one that got passed, though.
in a vengeful spirit. Its purpose is not to punish.
I think the country is still in shock at this
Its
time.
purpose is
actually.
not to divide
Here's some good
But
news,
division.
I guess, for some people.
divisions
Yeah.
which have lasted all too
Specific
long.
majority of people.
Its purpose is national, not regional. This Civil Rights
Yeah,
Act
we
is
can't
a
wait for the
challenge
states to
all
pass
of us
this. We're making it
to go to
actual
work in our communities
assholes.
and our states, in our homes,
Lyndon
and in our
Johnson
hearts.
was what was known as a Southern
eliminate
liberal, which
the
wouldn't
last
qualify as a
vestiges
Northern
of
liberal.
injustice.
He definitely qualified as a
He
liberal
wants
in the
black
South.
people to have rights.
So-
Such a liberal.
Right.
Tonight, I urge
Yeah, he grew up
every
in
public
Texas and he
official,
saw what poverty did.
every
He wasn't a rich
religious leader,
man. Johnson takes
every
a lot of
business and
shit,
professional
right,
man,
for how he was, but
every
yeah,
working
at
man,
least he
every
got this
housewife.
done. He got shit done.
I urge every
Mm.
American
I believe under Johnson's is when the
join
Great
in this
Depression
effort.
occurred. No.
to bring
You're
justice
thinking
That was a
of
different
Herbert
guy.
Hoover
and hope
You're right. I'm
Well,
thinking
back
of
in the
Hoover.
20s.
and
Who
to
was
bring
his vacuum
peace
That was a
cleaner.
Republican.
to our land.
Actually, Johnson's economy was very strong. His downfall was Vietnam.
It is work.
Downfall
He uses
Vietnam.
nearly 100 pens to affix his
That was
signature
it.
and
Vietnam.
War.
souvenirs go to
Proxy
Republican
war
against
Senator
Russia.
Everett Dirksen
Yeah.
and
He thought he could
Democratic
solve
whip
Vietnam.
Hubert
He
Humphrey.
couldn't.
The president seems to have
The
mastered
Red
art of
Scare
just
was the
touching
big
each
thing
pen
that
to the paper.
idiots were worried
Yeah.
about.
We can't give them rights. They're communists.
Integration leader Martin
Or
Luther
something.
King receives his pen.
That Martin,
If
you
Anybody
know
that's
Martin
ever
Luther King was
studied
there. I
history
had
of
no
empire,
idea.
Justice
That's
will enforce the law
I
if
told you.
necessary.
He's
And
right
Jim
there as
Soviet
he signs
Union-
it.
Hoover
Shakes
is
his hand
present.
and everything. Look at
Another
that.
group of pens is reserved
Soviet
for
Union
the
tried to be an
Kennedys,
empire, and
the
anybody that's ever
Attorney
studied
General is
this
entrusted with a
history of
half dozen.
empires, wasn't
Is he handing out pens? What is it?
Yeah, they hand out pens. They're giving one to
Now, in
Bobby.
this summer of
Giving a bunch to Bobby
1964,
because
the
that
Civil
was
Rights Bill is the law of the land.
that's a bunch
In the words
of
of the
that
president,
was his brother's
restricts no one's
legislation.
freedom
Right? He
so
wrote
long
it.
as he respects
Or
the
maybe he was
rights of
handing them
others.
out too.
Yeah. No, he was probably just giving them all to his family.
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.